Hi everybody, I have sort of a smorgasbord tonight. First of all, I went back to Charleston. We're going to take a look at this railroad bridge over the Kanawha River. It was built in 1907. CSX owns it, and it was used by the C&O and interurban and also vehicles. They put Charleston was really hurting for river bridges at one time, so they actually put down wood and you could drive your vehicle over it. So nothing been across this since the 1980s. CSX has offered to sell it to Charleston for a rail trail, but Charleston turned it down because even though the asking price wasn't that high, they think it's going to take about $17.5 million to renovate it. Supposedly the concrete isn't very good on it, and so right now it's sort of a stalemate. It's not being used, and CSX doesn't really want to tear it down, and so it's just sort of an eyesore. But let's go take a look at it. So we're on the south side of the Kanawha River. This is the bridge. The approach comes around here. It's all steel up to there. Once it gets here, it's a long wood trestle. As you can tell, it's raining. But it's not raining hard enough where I can't stand out here and show you this anyhow. So I'm going to go over to the other side, and then I'm going to cross over to the other side again. I'm actually on private property right now, a boat sales place, so they'll probably run me off here in a minute. So I'm looking, I guess, west in the C&O main. Here's the trestle, and you can see up here where it comes down. Turn around going east on the C&O main. That's the interstate up above me. Had to put the raincoat on. A long curved approach. Again, I'm on the south side of the river. Looks like there might have been a spur down to here, maybe for this. I guess it's a concrete plant at one time. And it's all wood right here. Again, I'm looking west. I'm going to cross the river and show you what it looks like on the other side. Alright, we're on the north side of the river now. There's a big elementary school, pretty new over here. Now I'm looking toward the Kanawha River Railroad. I guess this would be, gosh, the river sort of runs weird right here. It's going to curve around to the right, and it's going to be heading, I guess, south or east. So let's go over and take a look at the steel. There's no parking under the railroad trestle. I don't know why. I can tell it's been here a while. Anyhow, it would be a huge job to paint it, that's for sure. Let's go look at a little bit farther down. I'm going to stay in the car, shoot this. Kudzu's getting it down here. You can see it's a whole lot lower to the ground. This is almost where it ties into the Kanawha River Railroad. You see a lot of the railings are missing here. This is wood, this part of it. So the next place I went, I stayed in South Charleston. This is the CSX main line. I drove down First Avenue and I saw a switch engine sitting right here. Looked like he was waiting on a train, but I thought, well, I've got enough time to drive up here to look at this old football field, Oaks Field. Time I got back, sure enough, I missed a train. But you'll see him going away anyhow. But this is a huge industrial complex. I think it used to make actually rail freight cars. I'm not sure, but you can see CSX has a yard here. Of course, tons of tank cars. Yeah. But there's the industry over on this other side uses tank cars too. And I'll show you an aerial view of another place that uses a lot of tank cars. I'm still in South Charleston. There's a big factory up there. Can't remember what it makes. Anyhow, come across this switcher, and there's an employee, engineer, conductor, whatever, standing on the front, kept looking down the tracks. So I don't know if that leads me to believe there's a train coming. I'm going to hang out here for a little while, see if the switcher moves or if there's a train coming. Anyhow, this is the place. It says South Charleston Industrial Park. So I don't know, that says Western Branch Diesel on it over there. I don't know if you can read it or not. I'm going to turn around. Right ahead of me, stopped raining for the minute, is a very historic old football field. You can see those light standards in the wall. I think there's a sign there. I'll go up so I can take a picture of it. I guess it's not as old as I thought it was, but still, it's pretty cool. There's a team practicing in here. So this is a neat stadium. Look at the old concrete stands, really old light stanchions. This might be a good place to film like an old historic movie about football. Sure enough, should have stayed where I was at. I'll never catch him. There's a coal train going right where I just was. Darn it. So this is a Dow Chemical plant, and not in this picture. They have two bright yellow switchers there, which obviously they've acquired since this picture was taken, I guess. But there's no way, McCorkle Avenue Southwest, there's nowhere to pull over on that. That's US Route 60. Again, tons of tank cars, but what I really wanted to show you here was they built their own bridge. This is an island. This is called Blaine Island. I'll go ahead and shrink it a little bit in the river. And this whole island is owned by Dow Chemicals, apparently. And it's all part of whatever they make there. And they have rail spurs. This is a railroad coming across here. So there are cars over here. So pretty cool. It'd be hard to model. It'd be hard to model an island big enough on a model railroad to have cars on it just with one industry. But this is a really cool facility in Charleston. Again, they call this the Chemical Valley. Don't know what kind of chemicals they make here, but it's a lot. I want to tell you about this website, WVNC Rails, and he's got a lot of information about the B&O line that I was showing you yesterday in Charleston. So I'm going to show you a photograph of what the area looked like in about 1960 or so. And he lets you use anything he wants as long as you give him credit. So definitely a site worth checking out. This picture was taken in the mid-1960s of Charleston. Up here near the top, this is the market that we were at, the Charleston Market that I was inside. So it was the New York Central Freight House at the time. So the Kanawha River Railroad, what's that now, is coming down this way. And you can see, like, there's a big warehouse here, some boxcars there. The B&O line curves off this way. So this is the B&O yard. This is where that landscape place was. And the roundhouse and the turntable are right in here. So that's how much the area has changed. This whole area in here is all just big warehouses that, of course, used to receive rail service. So thought you'd find that interesting. Again, this is a really good website, and I really recommend you checking it out and donating to the guys. WVNCRR.com. I think you'll really find it interesting. Everybody stay safe.